Hi ladies, this is Jamie. You've reached She's Every Day. Thank you for watching. I'm not in my normal studio. I have a guest speaker, which is my husband. This is Robert Bader, and we are talking to men specifically today. And we're saying men, don't be that guy. But ladies, we really need you to listen to this one too. So as I have been coaching women, Rob has been instrumental in giving advice. So these women that will call in, or we're giving them relationship advice, usually over a breakup or something like that. And I will ask him, what do you think this guy is feeling based on what she tells me? What's going on with him? And he has given advice that, oh, we really didn't want to hear. It was kind of harsh, but it was so valuable.
It's real.
And you were right. You were right. And I hated to admit that you were right. So we thought we needed to give this advice from a man's perspective. You've raised boys. I've taught high school at the high school and college level for 24 years and worked with young men.
Yeah.
And I have 3 boys that I've raised. So we can tell you, just based upon our years of experience and education, that what men are thinking, what women are thinking, and kind of what we see from our perspective.
And I can tell you what
in
men
some
are
situations.
thinking because I'm a man.
So we are talking about, I get a lot of women that talk about love bombing, and there's actually 2 words we want to address.
Correct.
Is limerence and love bombing. So I'm going to kind of describe them, and then you're going to tell me if you think men are consciously doing this and what women should do to kind of combat this. So love bombing, you've probably heard a lot about love bombing. It's when you first start dating some guy and he starts telling you all these sweet things. He's bringing you flowers. He's being intentional and purposeful. He's calling, he's texting, he's saying things like, I've never met anyone like you. I really think I'm falling for you. You're so special. He's love bombing. Okay.
Absolutely.
Limerence can be
part of love bombing.
Yes, and it can look very much the same on the surface.
Right.
But limerence is when somebody, whether it's a man or a woman, they really want, they like that new feeling, that titillation of being in a relationship and everything's new and his ego is getting validated and she's giving him lots of attention and he's getting to be the man. And so he thrives on that. But then as the relationship goes on, maybe it gets a little old and he doesn't like that anymore. He wants to go chase the next high, so to speak. So limerence, love bombing, speak to men. What do you tell them?
Oh, we're going to go right into that.
Or go right into it.
Well, I was going to talk a little bit about the, what you call the limerence section of that relationship. And in that, you are getting, men are getting a oxytocin bump and dopamine dump. And so after a while, that starts to go away. So they might develop a habit of getting into this repetitive thing where they want to keep that high going. So they'll do the love bombing. They'll do the limerence thing. So I guess what I want to talk to directly to men is, at some point you need to mature and work your way through that, okay? You need to figure out what you really want out of life and not just go for those little highs that you're getting from that. Your job as a man is to protect. At least that's my feeling. And that's what the Bible says. It's true.
It's so good.
And we need to protect ourselves from making bad decisions, but we also need to protect women, even from themselves, because sometimes women make bad decisions about what they do with men. And you as a man need to protect her because that's our God-given job to do. We're supposed to be protectors. And I know we really want to be the conqueror, and even if that's a conqueror in a relationship or a conqueror, I hate to say it, over a woman, we tend to do that. As a man, we need to mature past that and get to the point where we're protecting women. And don't play that game anymore of trying to find out how many women you can be with or how many women you can get on your phone, your we used to call it a black book, now it's your phone.
Or your little notch on your belt.
Yeah, get away from that. I know a lot of men are probably thinking that.
And we wanted ladies to watch this too. We have a societal standard where we say, oh,
Good
well, he's
point.
just being
Very
a
good
man. You know, that's just a typical man. They're going to want to try to hook up with as many girls as they can, or they're just being a guy. That's just a normal guy. That should not be acceptable.
No,
I don't think that should
I
be the
agree.
standard. Now, we're Christians, so we believe that God did not make men to just take advantage, love bomb, and use women and rack up as many, you know, conquest as they can. He did not create man to be that way. You know, Jesus is the standard, and Jesus didn't act that way.
No, he didn't. He didn't use people at all. He served people. So your job as a man is to serve and protect.
And I think most women, now some of you young women may be listening to this saying, I don't need a protector. If men go out and do that stuff, I can go out and do all of that too, and we can be promiscuous because guys are. Listen, you might think we're sounding old school, but we've done this for a long time. I have taught in a high school and coached women for years. Even before I was typically a coach, I was always answering these questions and helping young women out. Women, we really want a high value man that's going to stand up and have a standard that says, I am going to protect women, and I will even protect women from myself. So men, that is your job. I used to tell my son all the time, you don't take advantage of a woman, and you may have, even if that woman is coming on to you in a very sexual way, you need to be able to say, young men, no, because she will give sex to get love.
She would give sex to keep you invested in her, which doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
And men will tell women they love them or they're special or whatever, shower them with attention and affection in order to get sex. It's a manipulative game, and
there's a great song about that.
We're telling both of you that that's not how this is supposed to go.
No.
You know, men, you need to be the stand-up guy and say, I'm the protector of the woman, and regardless of what my physical needs are, I am not going to take advantage of her, and I am not going to allow her to place herself in a position that she's going to regret. So you have to be strong, men.
And if women are looking for that high-value man, they need to find the guy that's going to do that.
Yes.
And men, if you want a high-value woman, you want a woman who is going to demand that from you.
Yes, she will hold you to that higher standard.
Yeah, so quit trying to play that game, and don't get disinterested if she is not jumping right into bed with you. I know it's going to sound crazy, but you don't want that woman. That woman is just trying to tie you down in some way. And I'm not saying that a man who does this can't be turned into a high value man at some point. In other words, if you're a woman and you are not going along with the same game plan, that man who is used to doing that game, if you play, I hate to say game, but it is kind of a
it's kind of a back and forth. Yeah.
Kind of thing. If you don't play his game, but play your game as a high value woman, and keep him interested beyond
that limerence, that love bombing stage.
Keep him beyond that, and get him interested not just in the sexual aspect of you, which is still important, but get him interested in the you, that's your personality, what you do, what you like to do.
Your intellectual side, your spiritual side. Really connecting with you on a deeper level.
So that he wants that. He wants to feel that. He wants that in his life.
And men, listen, women out there want a high value man, but there are very few of them, very few. And that's what causes difficulties in a relationship, because maybe a man comes off as this great guy, but he's not really intentional about being that great guy. So women, we want a man who's fun, who's a little mysterious, who's adventurous, maybe a little edgy, but we want him to be a good guy. We don't want a guy that's just a doormat and will just roll over and take whatever kind of nonsense a woman wants to throw at him. We don't respect that guy. We don't respect the whip or the pushover. We want a man to be able to stand his ground and to be tough. We want a man who's a little tough and a little courageous, but we want him to be a good guy too. And that's hard to find. I always call it the Superman. There are very few supermen out there, and that's a high standard men that we're telling you to reach. But that's what women truly want. I think. I feel like you can disagree with us, and that's fine. But all the years of coaching, women want that guy. And you're going to have to kind of break the mold to be that guy.
Yeah.
What other advice you got for men before we close?
Wow. I would just say to men, try to quit playing those games. I know it's very titillating to start relationships and try to get women to, not just one, but 2 or 3 or 4 women interested in you. It's it builds your ego up, but that's a short-term situation. If you're truly looking for a long-term person to be with, quit playing that game. Okay. If you're not interested in a long-term relationship, don't even listen to this tape. I hate to say that, but this is not for you.
At some point in your life, though,
Yeah.
you are going to wish
Yes.
that you had upped your game
Yes.
and been a man of integrity
Yeah.
and a man that a woman can really respect.
Yeah.
And you get a terrific woman. If you are this guy, I always tell people,
Yes.
if
Yeah.
you transform into the high value person, you set yourself way up here, you treat yourself like a diamond instead of just an ordinary rock.
Right.
There are very few partners at that level,
Mm-hmm.
but the ones that are up there are well worth it.
And everybody wants a diamond. Nobody really wants a rock.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
But men, if you want the girl that's all that, then you have to be all that.
Yeah, good point.
And we're going to do another video. The next
Yeah.
video this week
Yeah.
is going to be for women only, talking about the same thing, what to do when a guy love bombs or, is in this limerence pattern. But men, we're telling you to step up,
Yeah.
be a high value man. You can
Yes.
contact us for coaching on my website, she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below. I have a couple of e-courses on there, but we do life coaching. We also have a podcast called Omni, Dare to Thrive. So check that out. And I think that's it. God bless you guys. We will see you in the next video.
Thanks for letting me join that.